What's going on, everybody? This is Jose Ortiz back at it again. We are streaming live. This is live, folks. Give this a like, hit subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. We appreciate you. Thank you for showing up. Hope you enjoy your Tuesday. Yes, we are doing design. We're talking about design. We're making design, and let's just jump right into it. Last episode, we took the time out to make a poster, which I really enjoyed, and I figured, hey, let's just do it again. That's originally my plan for this channel, anyways, for my playlist. So yeah, I'm gonna start by just looking at some sayings. So what I do is I go ahead, I pick a saying, and we try to typographically render it. It's a fun exercise. If you're looking to get into design, you're looking to try out new things with typography, but you don't know where to start, just try words. Just try, sentences, phrases are really, really good because a lot of brands, a lot of companies use phrases. Think of the Nike Just Do It, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to, it's very likely that you'll be working with phrases if you are doing any side of any sort of branding, marketing, graphic work for a lot of brands. So you'll come across it. It's good practice. So, here we are. We're just looking through stuff. Looking through all these neat phrases. Better half. That's cool. You could always complete the sentence too, like, my mom is my better, or like my dad, or I don't know, my partner is my better half, which it's like sounds redundant in a way, but beyond belief, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I love that. All right, let's do this. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, and we might use like a silhouette. All right, so now that we have our phrase, we're going to go ahead and open up our files. I use InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop. I may or may not use all of those, so we'll see. It always depends on the design. And I go through and I make it an 11 by 17, a small poster format. It's tabloid size. And let's see, I'll hit preview so we can see what we're working with. And that's fine for now. What is that? That is a 1/2 inch margins all around. That's fine. We don't need anything else. No slug, no bleed. No slug, but with a 1/2 inch bleed. Basically, if we need to drag any images outside of our crop box, our crop, that's what the bleed is for. We're going to hit create. We're not going to use this. We don't need a slug on this project because we're not sending this off to a printer, and they don't really need any special directions. All right. First things first, we need to set up some lines here, right? So this is a blank document. It's kind of hard to work with. We're going to go ahead and hit view, grids and guides. We're going to show our baseline grid because we want to be able to see it. Right now we can't because we have to zoom in about 50%. And about 75%, right? So 70, we're at 78 now. If you back out, yep, 75%. So we're going to go ahead and change some of that. We're going to do preferences. We're going to go to grids. We want this to start at the top of the page, but most importantly at 0, 0, right? Not at the margin at the top of the page. Increment every 12 point. I've been using 12-point baselines for all of these. It's just a faster baseline to use. If you want to try something else, you can use 10. But yeah, 12 I would recommend for like beginner purposes. And we're just changing this to 25%, but there is a drop down. We're gonna hit OK. And there you have it. So immediately we're starting to see some lines on here. It's making it easy for us to sort of visualize how we can lay out information. But what will make it even more easier is if we add some more. So we'll add some columns. We'll add maybe 5 columns, and we'll notch that down. Hit OK. And then we'll add some guides. So we'll go to create guides, and we'll just make some rows. About 6 will work just fine, and we're gonna kill the gutter, excuse me. And there we are. So we got 5 columns, 6 rows, with a 12-point baseline. We're gonna go to view, grids and guides, and we're gonna lock our guides. That way we don't accidentally move them. So right now our file is set up in InDesign. Let's go ahead and open one in Illustrator. File new. And we're gonna do 11 by 17 and just hit create. Perfect. One other thing that I want to do is duplicate this and throw the grid from InDesign, this grid, put it in Illustrator, and that way when we're designing or illustrating or anything like that, we're doing it according to our baseline. So I actually already have it exported. We're gonna go to File, Place. Where's Place? Place. And I think it's gonna be exercise 13 grid. There we go. And we're gonna crop that to the media box. Perfect. And we're gonna set it up right there. I'm just gonna zoom in, and pretty much we are perfect. We're ready to go. Awesome. I wonder if I can there we go. Increase the stroke on that. Now we can see all our lines, and we are ready to go. All right. And lastly, in Photoshop, we won't use Photoshop until the end. So, well, I'm not sure of that, but we'll leave Photoshop alone for now. All right, let's just lay out our words. But let's also lock our grids very quickly. All right. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Let's go. Awesome. I'm gonna make that bigger, and we're gonna make them bigger in multiples of 12 because that's our baseline increment. 36 will be fine, and I just want to make sure I'm on 36. Letting. Awesome. Give it some room there, and zoom in a bit. Now I'm gonna start choosing some typefaces. I have a couple that I use already standard, and it just helps to make some of these design decisions a little bit faster. So definitely get into the practice of just finding, a handful, maybe 5 fonts that you like, that are, well versed. You don't have to stick by them. A lot of designers don't, but a lot of designers do actually. They just, a lot of the best ones did just keep a certain number of fonts that they always used, or at least were proficient in and like to use, because you'll hear a lot of design people say there's only a handful of really good fonts out there. The rest are they're just tracing a dream. Alrighty, here we are. I got Acrobat, I got Akira, Brioni, Braggadocio. See, like, you could be like, oh, this is really cool, I can see this, and I'd be like, yeah, I can too, maybe. But the point being, there's something very unique when you really find out how to use a font. Not just let the font illustrate it for you, but could you get it to the point where it's speaking the way that this font is speaking to you? Could you do that with another font? Because I'm telling you right now, there's a million moves you can make just with one font. One, really good typeface. I love this typeface right here just because it has like this classic feel. It almost feels like Gotham, like a Gotham feel, which is pretty awesome. All right, let's pick some more. Poplar. That's pretty cool. What else we got? What else we got? Perpetual. Yeah, it's cool. All right, let's start making. I don't know. I had this weird idea. What if I combine these two? Excuse me. Let's make some quick renditions. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Doubt looks like what? Like doubt looks like you're doubting somebody. So doubt is like, I feel like the O is like really big in doubt. You know? But it also feels like maybe the O is like slightly like doubt. Like doubt of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like the O is like what? Like doubt? You're doubting me? Beyond a shadow of a doubt. You know, what's beyond? Beyond is like, it's like long almost. So it's like beyond. Then it's like a. Hmm? I guess we're getting somewhere. Um, let's go ahead and save this really quickly. This is just one composition. We can still do a couple more. I was thinking of like a silhouette, maybe like a detective silhouette. That's pretty cool. We could try this one for now. So I guess that's a composition. We just export it for now. replace it. And let's open yesterday's. That way I can take out the title, credit. Nice. And we'll place it in the same spot. Just want to know how many. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Pretty cool. These posters are like, they're fun, they're quick, they're easy. They're just like more than anything. They're more like minute experimentations on wording, shape, silhouette. They're just black and white. I'm just trying to get somewhere where I can quickly arrive at a solution without having to think too hard about it, because you want to develop like these fast twitch muscles. It's kind of like exercise, right? You got like fast twitch muscles, and you want to develop those for like your reaction. So like if you get a brief, if you get a project, you're working in design somewhere, and somebody says, listen, I need you to come up with this by tomorrow or by next week. You want to be able to have those tools under your belt, those muscles flexed, so that you can respond in a situation like that. And although this is not the best solution by far, this is just one way you can flex those muscles. You want to get into a place where you're comfortable making, like 4 bad solutions if it's going to get you to the 5th good one, and sometimes in a lot of ways, looking back at those other renditions can be quite revealing, quite telling, quite informative. And right now it's all about the process. I mean, design everywhere. People want to see, how do you get to where you arrived? How did you get to the logo? How did you get to the final poster? How did you get to the final cover art? So showing all these little moments here and there definitely have impact. Let's finish this up. Let's go ahead and I don't know, we could lay out some cool information. So like, see here. So if something is said that is said to be true, you're saying it's true, no possibility. Let's go ahead and add some of these small moments of text just to fill this design out. And I'm going to use one of the other fonts that we were looking at. So I think this one's cool. It's called Perpetua. Let's use that. Let's try that. Paragraph, we're going to turn off hyphenate. We don't want our characters hyphenated. Now we're looking for Perpetua regular. I wonder. Okay. Is that too big? Yeah. Too big. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to do 12. But maybe we could do bold. Now, what if we did 24? We want to make sure we set the baseline options on the offset to leading. That way we know that our word is sitting on our lines. Go ahead and save this. Let's go ahead and add some more content to this. So I definitely feel like I'm going to use a smaller font. And I know it looks really small on screen, but when it's printed out, it won't be actually. You know, we're used to seeing 12-point font everywhere actually, and it reads just fine. It's just that since this is a tabloid size file, it looks small in the grand scheme of things, because in a way it kind of is in the grand scheme of things. All right, so really quickly, just laid out some information there, just to give the term some context. Definitely, there's different ways of organizing this, right? So, you could have went down in a single column, down, and maybe it would take up like three columns. Um, maybe that would work. We could try that. So let's go on, make that a separate page, and now let's just try adding that. So now it feels like almost like a newspaper. So so we have something like that. Um, I might just do this. And it does seem like it does feel like a little bit too close to the bottom. That could be fixed with some margins, or you can always choose not to let the text box run that low. Um, what I want to do really quickly is just add some paragraph breaks here. Damn it. It's really funny. We could try this really quickly. We can make this like a superscript. Um, or no, maybe invert. Okay. Something like that. Make it look like a newspaper. That is hilarious. So all that I did was just give it like a big eye. Um, so yeah, so it has like this newspaper vibe. It's a poster, basically based on a phrase, beyond a shadow of a doubt, and it's using silhouette and figure, foreground, background techniques to sort of like make these metaphors towards like truth, like revealing the truth. So yeah, not that bad for a quick design. Something very fast. Last thing we could do is just bring in Photoshop and see if we could get some texture out of this. So let's go ahead and export it. We're going to say range. I want to say number 2, I believe. Nope, number 3. Overwrite that last one. Change this to 3. Perfect. Now we can go into Photoshop. Open. Perfect. Let's go and add a new fill layer to this. Make it white. I just duplicate the layer so I don't destroy it. Interesting. If I select all of that, it selects everything. Oh, I would have wanted to do just the smoker's pipe, but don't want to spend too much time making that. What if I did something like that? Beyond a shadow of a doubt. So it's like mysterious and ominous, and we're using like the red like as a whole or something interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can add a texture. And then we'll finish up with some cool like line techniques that I've been doing. Wonder if grunge will hunting. Oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and make this huge. Nice. Perfect. Yeah, and we can go ahead and lock those for now. Make a new layer underneath. And we could do like these cool line techniques. So I've been doing stuff like that, but beyond the shadow. Like there's something cool, like the red string is like, I don't know, something cool about red string, I have to say. It just feels like there is something going on here. So I do something like that. Then I come over here and then I select. So let me lock my grunge. This is what I want to select. And then come over to my line. Well, over here, select inverse. Nice. So that the red line kind of like goes behind, and it's cool because it kind of like even goes through the letter here. There's a million ways to do the red string thing. It can definitely enhance your design. I'm gonna leave it there for now. I don't want to overkill it. This is more like just about, like I said, like tuning your fast twitch muscles and talk about that. I just saw a slight mistake. There should be a space between this quote and this next line, sort of like right here. But we can always fix that on a later time. Same thing with this line. Robbery should probably, if it can't start at the bottom, I would I forget the correct word, but I would hit enter and give myself another space and drop it here, and then there should be another paragraph marker there. But not big deals, overall. This is the poster design. If this was going to a final client, this is going to my website, yes, for sure, we're going back and we're hooking it up. For now, I hope you guys enjoyed this process. I definitely enjoy making these posters with you. We're doing black, white, red now, figure foreground, silhouette, and we're just trying to render like a phrase typographically and give it some context, and that's what we did today. It kind of gives it like a newspaper feel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out of here. Thank you so much. One love.